Okay, they're awfully convenient. They're wonderful. There's a little trick to them. There's this little thing, that divider that comes out that holds the watercolors in place. So you don't have to put magnets in. You don't have to worry about them shifting around in the palette. It's really they're my favorite little palettes. I'd like to find some that are a little bigger too, like this. I think they have some on AliExpress, of course. That's another avenue I can't really use now. Anyway, so these colors I swatched before, and I will put my reading glasses on and I will swatch them for you here. So I don't know if I'm going to do both today. Let's see which one I want to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this palette first and probably come back and do a second video another time with the other palette I have. So I don't have the pigment listed. I bought these a while ago and I don't keep that information handy. So this color is called Turmeric, and it is a beautiful, beautiful yellow. I mean, it's stunning. This is called Turmeric. And I'm gonna see, I have this light on here, and I'm gonna see if I can turn it off, if it'll take away the glare. Yes. Okay, so it might not be as bright, but it will reduce some of the glare I was experiencing. So let's see if everything's in the shot. And this is called Turmeric. Oh, yes, let me write on here the brand, Case, and they ship all over. Case for Making. Now, I wonder how that works. I wonder if other countries have slapped tariffs on us because of our lunatic in the White House. But anyway, Case for Making. They do ship worldwide also, and they're lovely. Handmade paints, everything is, but they have different ones. Some of them are their proprietary blends, and those are, let's see, CFMs. They also have the traditional colors too, but I pretty much bought all of their Case for Making blends that are special to them. This color is Peach. It's a really nice peach. Oh my goodness. I am so glad I went in and took these out. I've been meaning to swatch these for everybody. Now this paper is okay. It's not great. I think these deserve a better paper for swatching. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and switch papers, and I will be right back. Hello, I am here today to swatch some local to San Francisco handmade watercolors that are made by a company called Case for Making. I've had these for a while. I've been meaning to swatch them so I could share them with you. They're beautiful colors. They're unique. I got the ones that I'm going to swatch. I don't know if I'm going to swatch both of these palettes, probably just one today. But they have proprietary blends that are Case for Making, and those are the ones that I'm going to swatch. They also have a lot of the traditional colors, but I'm going to swatch their unique ones because that's typically why I like to get handmade watercolors, because they come up with some beautiful, unique pigments. They're all natural. Anyway, I am going to start with the first color, which, I do want to talk about their palettes. Their palettes are one of the favorite things I like about them. These little guys are just great. They're small, they're light, and they have these little, actually this is a little wet still, so they have this little divider that pulls out, and it holds the paints in place so that they don't wiggle around. And you don't need to put magnets in. The traditional palettes, they have those things that you squeeze to keep them in, but they still wiggle around. This one stays put. These are really beautiful little palettes, and I just love them. They run out of my favorite colors all the time. I only have two. They're a little bit on the pricey side, but I think they're worth it. I wish they'd have them a little bit bigger though, so I could put more paints in them, because I love this design. Anyway, so this is not a specific palette. This is just a mix of colors when I went to the store, because this is actually a place I can actually go to, and it's not far from where I live, and pick out colors in person, which is lovely. They also offer, if you're in the San Francisco area, they also offer classes, and they have a big, nice classroom upstairs, and they offer different opportunities for artists and makers to do classes and for the public to take the classes. So, and then they don't just sell paints, they sell all kinds of art supplies, paper and brushes and little palettes. Let's see, I think this one's messy, but I got this one there. It's really, I love it. It's really nice. Anyway, I will go ahead and start swatching. The first color I'm going to swatch is this wonderful yellow called turmeric that I just adore. It's super. Look at that brightness on the light tone. It's bright. And quite lovely. Yeah, I wanted to do this because a lot of us in the United States, we're going to be, if we like our small handmade makers, most of mine were coming out of places in Europe, Western and Eastern Europe. And for now in the EU, I know that they're not shipping to us, I guess, until they figure all this out. And I don't know how long these tariffs and problems are going to last, or how long this lunatic is going to be in office. But anyway, we're just dealing with it here and trying to make the best of it. But anyway, then it's an opportunity for makers that are local, for people in the United States. I know that they ship internationally. I don't know how the tariffs work. I don't know if we're getting reciprocal tariffs, probably based on what's going on with the tariffs that are coming into this country. So probably if we're trying to ship things out, they're probably charging, extra customs and taxes and things like that as well. Jackson's today. Here's a terrible story. I was in Denver and I had just bought a bunch of Rosa Gallery paints and some deep light colors, and I took them on my trip. And they somehow decided to stay in Denver. I thought I packed everything. I thought I checked, but I left them behind. They're nowhere to be found. So I did go on Jackson's today, and it did say that they're including all the pricing with the tariffs and all of that in the total price, so that you're not getting any surprises. I don't know though, because the price of the paints for Rosa Gallery, they're so reasonable. They're only like $3.50 a piece. And I ordered a bunch of those to replace the ones that I lost and a couple of extra colors. And because they don't sell those in the United States at all. And those are from Ukraine. And then at the end, the shipping was not expensive, and I didn't see any extra outrageous charges. So I really don't know what's going on. I'm hopeful that when I hit, because I did, I hit, you know, go ahead and paid for it and it's on its way, that the charge doesn't like double or something later. They said that it was included, but it didn't look like it. So this is kind of an experiment. I'll be the guinea pig and I'll report back to everybody on how that went. I know Jackson's does have warehouses here. So if something is available in the United States and they can ship it from their warehouse here, we don't have to worry about the tariffs. So I do like Jackson's. I know we have Blick here, but actually Jackson's for me often ships faster than Blick here in the United States. So just Blick could probably do better with that. This color is called Peach. Oh, wow, it's so pretty. Oh my, this is gorgeous. This is a peach. It's kind of almost like a corally peach. It's gorgeous. Let me put a little bit more mass tone on the top. And these are, so if they're colors, if you go on their website, it's Case for Making. I will post a link to their shop. They have an online shop too. Their proprietary blends say CFM in front of the color. So, I mean, all of their colors, they have all the traditional colors and then these proprietary blends. So this peach, I think, is one of theirs. It's CFM. I think all of the ones I bought were are CFM. Let me see. Well, I'd have to take them out, and I'm not going to do that, but anyway. And that's peach. The next color is ruby. Ruby. Here we go. Get more color on my brush. Yep. So you can get it quite dark. And then let me see how light you can make it. Yeah. That's very pretty. Well, actually, all of these colors are pretty. This next color is called Velvet. Ooh, deep midnight kind of purple. I'm using the Hahnemuhle Agave paper. Talked about it in my last video. First, I was pretty angry with it, but it's just I have to be mindful of what I'm going to do with it, because I do like painting with this. It's actually really a very pleasing feel. I like the way the paints look on the paint, but it is a softer paper. So it's not meant for anything to do with masking, and even washi tape will tear it if you use it on the side. So I wouldn't use it for that. It is a cheaper paper. It's 70% agave fiber and 30% cotton, but it's actually really nice. So let me write this down. This is Velvet. And this is Ruby. Okay. And the next color is plum. So it's probably going to be, well, like a plum maybe. I forget what these colors look like. Yep, it's like a burgundy. With the paper. Oh, it's really pretty. Look at that. These are very high quality, gorgeous paints. And they are made here in San Francisco, California. Okay, so the next color I'm going to swatch is called Horizon. Ooh, I like this. This is so different. This is really nice for a very light sky color. It's really pretty. So this is interesting because I lived in Colorado for 22 years. I think I've mentioned that before. And the skies are very different in Colorado from here. In Colorado, they have these very dramatic clouds because it's so high in the altitudes near the mountains. And here at sea level, we have very, like, just when we have the skies without clouds, it's kind of this lighter blue. So a lot of the colors here in this is very, they use a lot of pigments that are very based on a lot of the pigments and colors you'd see here in our natural habitat here in San Francisco and the Bay. So this is a very sky kind of color that you might see on a day where there's a blue sky, and that's why it's called Horizon. It's a beautiful blue, Horizon. And then this again was Plum. And the next color is Storm. And then we're gonna do Denim here. Okay, so I pre-filled those out. Let's try Storm. Storm is great. We have a beautiful ocean, a Pacific Ocean. It's very stormy often. And we have a lot of stormy clouds in the sky. So this is a great color. I think that a lot of these colors are wonderful for landscape and ocean scenes and angry or overcast skies, stormy skies over the ocean itself towards the Pacific Ocean is a very wild ocean, very dramatic. If you ever come here, you'll see it. And so we have two sides because we're kind of almost surrounded completely by water except on one side. And on one side you have the bay, and it's you don't see these big waves and everything in the bay. That's where you see the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Bay Bridge. Now on the ocean side, that is where you see the Pacific Ocean, the wild ocean, and the crashing waves, and all the surfers are out there, and that runs all the way down the coast. So if you do come, definitely gotta visit Ocean Beach. Okay, so this is called Storm. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the next color is called Denim. I hope it's Denim. I'm wondering, did I mix these up? Well, I'm gonna see. Yep, it is Denim. I made a mistake in my last video, so I taped a quick short to show the color that I mixed up for one of my viewers. They had pointed that out. And it is easy to do when I'm talking and filming. I can lose track of what I'm doing sometimes. So there we go. This is denim. I love it. It's a great blue. Look at that. It's so nice. Denim. Okay, the next color is Pacific, which is probably a homage to our Pacific Ocean. And then we have cypress, because we have so many cypress trees here. Beautiful, gorgeous cypress trees. It's just stunning. I don't know. The scenery here in San Francisco is, I don't know, you'd be hard to beat it. It's really a beautiful city. Really, it is. Riverbed. And then cocoa. So we have denim, we have Pacific here. Oh, I didn't make a lot of room for that. Oh, okay. I'll just make it longer, like a long pebble. Dark. And I'll put some more water. Pacific. It's a unique, I think it's unique and very pretty. The next color is Cypress. I don't know if you've ever been to here, San Francisco, there's a place called Land's End, and you'll see, even in Golden Gate Park and along Land's End, all of these beautiful cypress trees. Dramatic, just a gorgeous scenery here. Go to the Presidio. It's a gorgeous place to visit. Take a nice drive. They have these cute little electric cars people rent. I don't know if they're called Go Cars or Go, and you can rent them. And you have to wear a helmet, and you can. It takes you around the scenic parts of town. Kind of, maybe, I wonder if they have a guided tour that talks you through it, or if you just punch in your destination and it just takes you there. Because I could imagine people getting lost in the weirdest places they probably might not want to be. Yeah, it would be bad if it took them down to the Tenderloin, which is notorious. It's getting better. There's a lot of wonderful restaurants and things there, but it does have a bad name. We do have some, like any big city, we have some areas that are not so wonderful to visit. And if I was in one of those little Go cars, I don't think I'd want to be going just anywhere. So you probably get programmed, and it just probably takes you different places. Maybe you punch in the destination and it's automated. Who knows? We have a lot of automated Waymos here on the road, where they're driverless taxis. And I have not ridden in one. They're not cheaper. You'd think they'd be cheaper since they're not paying the driver. But I don't like that they're taking jobs away from people. People need to make a living, for goodness sakes. This AI thing is like too much. I'm not a fan. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. It's here to stay. but it really cannot take the place of a human being. And human beings need to work. They need to be able to make a living. Unless you're going to pay human beings more than enough to sit home and not work, I don't know what they're doing with all this automated stuff. So I don't get it. So this is Riverbed. When these dry, there's going to be a lot of interesting colors that come out of this one. Yeah, there's like going to be some blues that pop up, and you'll see. Let me put a little bit more water in and add a little bit more pigment. Yeah. And then cocoa. This is a beautiful brown, this cocoa. You know what, I don't know if you guys struggle with the same thing that I do, which is I have all these beautiful paints and I run out of, like, what am I going to paint? What am I going to, draw, and I honestly don't have 100% recall about what things look like. I have to really look at a picture or paint from life, unless I'm doing just little doodles or abstracts. I don't know. I just really envy people who can just sit down and just paint whatever, and it looks so cute or wonderful from their imagination. I don't know. I always thought I had a good imagination, but I guess not. Not to that degree. And I think I put too much water in here. Ooh, yeah, you can see the blue coming out. Okay. Yeah, that does look like a riverbed, like a rock. It's so nice. Okay. All right, well, these are going to dry. Well, I have room for one more row. Should I do another row? Yeah, why not? This didn't take too long. I think I will do the bottom row here. This one is called Tide Pool. And then the next color is Smoke. And then we have Blossom. And then I'm going to pick another color. I think I'll pick Olive from up above and do that one. Because I haven't really done any greens other than the cypress. There are yellows. I might end up doing them all. I just can't control myself. Okay. So it's really nice of those of you who are joining me tonight. Well, here it's night. I don't know, when you're watching, if it's daytime or nighttime, but it is a Saturday here. And I have the opportunity to work on my own after my daughter's at work, and so we have no noise in the background, unless somebody rings a doorbell or my phone goes off. But yeah, this is actually, I really probably should not have done these together, because this tide pool is similar in some ways to this Pacific, obviously, because we have tide pools in the Pacific, so they're going to be similar. This one's a little lighter, I think. Let's see what it looks like when it dries. All right. This tide pool. Now we have smoke. Oh, this is cool. This one was going to show you, have colors that'll show up after it dries underneath. There's some pink or something that will kind of, and blues. Yeah. I don't see a lot of people videos online for this company, and I really do think that they need more attention because seriously, I mean, they are pricey, but you know, it's okay. They put a lot of effort into making these beautiful colors, and I didn't get them shipped, so I can't tell you what it looks like when they ship them out, or how they package them, because again, like I said, we can just go down to the store and pick them up, which is really nice. So when I run out of something, I can just go there. I haven't run out of anything yet. But this is smoke. The next color I'm going to do is blossom. And blossom is kind of like a mauvey pink. Okay. Blossom. Now olive. I do love olive greens. They're like among my favorite. It's a beautiful green. I know you can mix greens, I do sometimes, but I love convenience greens because you get a lot of different shades you wouldn't even think about. There's so many beautiful colors in the universe. And this is a gorgeous green. This is olive. Okay. So I'm going to let these dry. You can mark in the comments if you want me to swatch the other one. I think I have to. I just think that you guys are going to want to see the other colors after seeing this. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. So how many other colors do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, let's see. I think I can do the other swatching. I want to use the same paper, but this is wet and it's on a block, so I won't be doing that. I'm going to put this to the side to dry, and I'm going to go grab another. And excuse this canvas here on the table. This is where I work, and it's a mess. Art can be a messy business. So, see this Moulin du Roy paper. Okay, I'll just use the Moulin du Roy, which is similar in feel to the other paper I was using. The Hahnemuhle Agave. All right, let's see. if you're interested in what the pigments are, you can go on their website and look them up. I will list the colors in the description and a link to their website. So I'm going to go ahead and just start swatching. The next color I'm going to swatch is called, let's see what it is called. Why do I put a BR yellow ochre? BR yellow ochre. What does that stand for? I don't know. I'll look it up and I'll post it in the description what the BR stands for. It's a really beautiful yellow ochre. Look at that. Just lovely. I wish I had a British accent. Often when I talk and I get a little self-conscious because I hear myself, and I do have allergies, so I get frogs in my throat all the time, like that, and kind of thing in my throat, and have to, but I think we're our own worst critics often. But I love the melodic tones of people like Natasha Newton and Lily Moon. They're like two of my favorite YouTube people. They have Patreons that I belong to. I belong to Lily Moon's right now. And she's a lovely human being on top of being a wonderful artist, and so is Natasha. And I have other favorites too, but I'm thinking of the British accents. Okay, so this one is, I will just put BR yellow ochre, or I'll just write yellow ochre because I really don't know what the BR stands for. And the next one is called Algae. Ooh, interesting. I don't know, when I think of algae, I think of something that's like green, but this is not green. It is a beautiful, it almost looks like a burnt sienna. Not a burnt sienna, I mean a raw sienna. Have you ever seen brown algae? I haven't. I wonder if when it dries, if there's some green tones or something that comes in. Algae. Unless I picked the wrong paint, thinking this was algae and it's actually raw sienna. You know, I will, because that really doesn't look like algae to me. I'm going to do a little bit of research on that. I might just pop over to their store tomorrow and look. And this color is Coral. What a pretty bright pink. Oof. This is Coral. Okay, I want to see how light I can get it. All of these colors granulate. They're just really beautiful. So this is Coral. Okay, let me write that down. Yeah, I think this is algae. No, you know what? Algae is brown. It's like a brownish green. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll draw one. Algae. And this is coral. I don't know if you can pick up a theme here. A lot of this has to do with ocean, because this particular shop is just a few blocks from Ocean Beach in this what's called the Sunset District. And speaking of sunset, this color is called Sunset. You know, a lot of the homes in the Sunset are, it's growing up, it seemed like such a drab, because it's always foggy. Not always, but most of the time it's very foggy. And the houses are kind of square and drab, but so the neighborhood, the people paint their houses very often here in San Francisco in all kinds of great and crazy colors. And there's no HOA, so they can paint their house any color you want. In Colorado, I have never seen anything like it. Like, you can't do that in most places. I might pull out some paintings of some of the houses in the Sunset I did that have, like, that are blue or, oh God, I don't know, pink or green. I don't know, just crazy colors, but they're fun. And it is near the ocean. It's kind of a surfing part of town. A lot of surfers go down there because it's a great place to surf. The waves are crazy down there. It's a huge beach. It's right near what's called the Great Highway. I think I'm giving you guys a little bit of a tourist travel vlog while I'm painting. So, yeah, I encourage people to come here. Our city is wonderful. Like every city, we have our challenges, but it was overhyped. I mean, it's so strange. I live here, and they focus on the two bad areas or something, like maybe a 7 square block area in the news, and make it sound like we're living in the apocalyptic times, but it's not it at all. So it is not. Come see for yourself. It is a wonderful place, wonderful restaurants, wonderful culture and music and art and the scenery, and it's just a very vibrant, very diverse area, and all the things that make this city special are still here. So, and in fact, a lot of things that, after the pandemic, there were a lot of problems, not just here, a lot of places. And a lot of that is starting to it's not starting, it's pretty much, we're almost back to what it used to be. We're still building back a lot of the things that happen downtown, bringing back in business and restaurants and conventions. So we have a lot of promise. COVID hit hard here because they went on a... They shut it down too long, too hard, my opinion. My opinion only. I lived in Colorado at the time, and we had a pretty good balance of, when we would kind of scale up, closures and masking and all of that, and then they would let up, and they did come back quicker. Most cities in the United States have bounced back faster than what San Francisco did, because I think that the administration at the time was it was too, I don't know. They were doing the best they could, I'm sure, but it was a little bit of an overreaction. It's not overreaction. I'm not even saying this correctly, but they stayed shut down too long. And so that's my opinion. But it was very detrimental for a lot of businesses and for the city in general, for the mass transit. So it's created a lot of problems budgetarily for the city. And a lot of businesses went out of business. I wish that landlords would have given more grace to businesses. and, you know, then a rent moratorium on before, because it's so hard. Once a long-standing business goes out, then these places stay vacant forever. So it's just really stupid. I mean, landlords needed to work with some of these businesses longer, because when they raise their rents, not just from pandemic, but when they raise their rents to the point where viable, great businesses go out of business, can't sustain being there, they move. If they don't go out of business, maybe they move to another location. Those storefronts stay vacant for years, and then it's kind of blight. It's like, it's so counterproductive. I don't know if it's because they want to like write it off on their taxes as a loss. They don't care. But I think that the city should prevent that. All these vacancies, I don't think they should allow places to be vacant that long. And because there isn't anything right now, I think, that's fighting that, not only vacancies for businesses, but also for housing. People just invest in housing and let it sit empty. That raises everyone's rent, and the cost of housing here is outrageous. So I'm not running for office, but these are just my thoughts about the city, because there's beautiful things, but then there's also our challenges. And we do have a new mayor, and I think he's a businessman. He is part of the Levi Strauss family. His name is Daniel Lurie. And yeah, he's, I think, trying to make a lot of positive changes for the city. I'm sure not everybody's going to be happy with everything that he does, myself included, but yeah, anyway, just chatting away. So this color is called Vagone, Italian green, Vagone. It's really beautiful, muted green, natural green, so useful for landscapes, bushes, trees. Okay, so I had a bit of a mishap. My phone ran out of battery, and so I think I left off over here somewhere. I believe so. So I'm going to go ahead and re-swatch a few of these. And you missed, when I was talking about the algae, I was thinking, well, I'll go ahead and paint an algae from memory. It's nothing fantastic, but then you missed me doing that too. So I think I'm going to go ahead and re-swatch some of these. Let me go back and look at that other video and see where I left off.